If I were farming, I would be investing in something with the best prospects of a return. And that's really through advancing soil health, through improving microbiological performance on your farm. This is the only tool that effectively is doing that in today's marketplace. My name's Jim Martindale. I hail from Wabash, Indiana, and the designer and builder of the Cursebuster tillage tool. The Cursebuster is sort of unique in the tillage marketplace in that it is a truly vertical tillage tool. It does not invert, mix, or lift and stir soil. It merely produces fracture lines and density, which is uniform throughout the plow layer. That leads to good water movement through the soil, infiltration, percolation, and resulting gas exchange. And those two basics are what soil building and soil health advancement is really all about. As the tine enters the soil, it's displacing soil to one side of the tine, and as the tine continues to penetrate from horizontal position to vertical, it's actually moving soil to the side of the tine. There are two groups of tines, front and rear, and they use the same hole that is formed by the front unit. And the second one is only moving soil fracturing to the opposite side of the same hole. This is how we get machine width, fracture forces, and uniform density across the entire working width of the machine. The rotary harrows on the rear of the machine are there because when we push this soil sideways, creating density reduction, we also create small pore spaces. Reducing the size of the pore, we prompt and promote capillary water movement up the soil profile. If we didn't cut the straw, if you will, of small pores, then the water would escape into the atmosphere. And we don't want to lose any of that valuable moisture. So we use the rotary harrow on the back to actually change the pore space. So the water now, instead of escaping into the atmosphere, merely moves up into the larger aggregates, right where you're going to put your seed. What's in it for the farmer is reduce the erosion rates on ground that is very erosion prone. You basically are going to rely less on commercial fertilizers and synthetic inputs, which according to Dr. White from Rutgers only constitutes, in a soil that's functioning well, about 30% of what the plant is actually responding to and producing from. With the 70% coming from microbiology, basically what we're trying to encourage people to do is pay attention to the major component of plant performance, and maybe you won't need to spend quite as much money on what's only accounting for 30% of what's giving you the product.